An hour of downtime creates around 2.5 lakh dollars of production loss, right? So this is a very it is a very high stake environment, both from a financial standpoint as well as the safety standpoint. Like any small non-compliance or that you make on account of how you do your operations, be it a fire hazard or anything, that has huge human as well as financial consequences.
While deskless workers are increasing even across industries like oil and gas, chemical, metal and mining, power generation, and CPG, which requires on site work activities, how can these companies further increase safety and work quality, as well as maximize their ROI by implementing Maximal?
Got it. Got it. Got it. So I think, Harsha, I would like to probably start off by when we look at ROI, right? Let's look at where do we stand with respect to efficiency as well as safety today, right? If you look at and the clear thing in specifically the industries that we work for, which is again large continuous production environments, some of the foundational industries of society, right? That the ones that I'm talking about. There today, I think if you look at just an average refinery, an hour of downtime creates around 2.5 lakh dollars of production loss, right? So this is a very it is a very high stake environment, both from a financial standpoint as well as the safety standpoint. Like any small non-compliance or that you make on account of how you do your operations, be it a fire hazard or anything, that has huge human as well as financial consequences, right? So that's where it is. In just refineries alone, annually, $47 billion are lost every year in unplanned downtimes, right? So that is the extent of the problem in just one subsegment of the overall market. On an average, a large Fortune 500 manufacturer spends around 4 to 5% of their revenue on asset maintenance and like future asset reliability and those sort of things, right? So that's where the industry is today, and that is where the focus is. Now, looking at how when the deskless workers are increasing, right? So there are, I think. We need to just put that into perspective, right? First of all, there's automation that is coming in, right? Which is taking away repetitive work, right? This could be of physical nature or could be of admin nature, right? So that's something that is reducing, and that will reduce the need of one category of deskless workers, the which we call as skilled semi-skilled workers in the industry. There is another persona of deskless worker, which is the category that we hold that we solve for in a very focused manner, which is called knowledge deskless workers, right? These are people who are operational decision makers on the shop floor, right from the supervisor who's managing, let's say, a team of 5 6 who are executing one job on an heat exchanger inside a refinery. So right from that persona to the person who has spent 15 20 years inside of a plant and are part of the operations team, maintenance team, inspection. These are the folks who are going to get their work is going to get transformed in the future as the new industry 4.0 innovations are going to come in. Machines are becoming smarter. They are going to give far more data, and there's going to be a lot of intelligence about what is happening to a particular equipment and its health, right? So that's something that is happening, right? Now, coming to how Maximal is basically going to help in this context that is going on, right? For knowledge workers, where there are huge losses and companies are spending big money in making sure that those losses are contained. What we help is that when you look at this persona of knowledge deskless workers, we help them become better at their work by augmenting their capabilities. We do two things in that. First is that we make knowledge so today knowledge is present in two forms. First is big manuals, SOPs. That is one form of this thing, which is like encyclopedia and not very instructive. And second is that not most of the execution knowledge is tacit. What Maximal is doing is that we are basically bringing all of that onto a tech platform and making execution more and more instructive, so that we simplify the complexity of operations themselves. What that does is that let's say the difference in execution that a 1 year experienced technician will have as compared to a 30-year experienced technician, that is the one that you bridge, right? By making sure that you give a system where you are guiding the technician to do each and every step. That's one. Second is that we provide a platform for them to digitally collaborate, solve problems faster, and we remove a lot of non-value add activities that are there in terms of just not utilizing technology to solve problems faster, right? That's and the third and the most important part is that we are the company that can give you a measurable insight into how much is the SOP adherence, right? So if you look at the work that happens on the shop floor, it is all about standardization. I want to have huge amount of repeatability and reproducibility of outcomes across. And that is what we help you control by giving you a connected environment, right? This is not just about a technician entering or declaring that I have done this, I have done that. We also integrate with IoT sensors that are giving you compliance live there on the field, right? It could be as simple as, let's say, integrating with a temperature sensor and seeing that it is within the range of. So what Maximal finally is achieving is that it is systematically going to increase the quality of the work that is executed, the productivity of the workforce, and the safety standards of the industries by making sure that you deliver standard work at scale, right? So the problem is simple in when you look at small scale. If I have just one equipment to do, and this is a problem that can be solved very well by bringing in the best technician and making sure that they have full knowledge of the SOP and they are very diligent, right? But when you have to do this for thousands of equipments with thousands of manpower, which is changing every day, there is non-standard skill set and all of that. That is the gap that Maximal is addressing for large scale manufacturing operations.